In this video, we're going to have a look at the solution for the demo project 2, where we saw that we are supposed to get the inputs for two numbers from the user and then use those two numbers to multiply them and show them the result. So let's have a look at how to do this. So I'm just going to create a new folder for this, just to keep it all in one particular folder. And I'm going to open VS Code. So let's open that folder that we just created. And here I'm going to create a new file called index.html, and I'm going to create a basic HTML file. Here let's add the body. And in the head tag, I'm going to open up a script tag. Now we're supposed to get two numbers from the users. Let's go ahead and create the input fields that the user will need to input the values in. So I'm going to say label number 1 and input type equals number, id equals num1, and let's have a line break here. And then let's say label number 2 and input type equals number again, id equals num2. So let's actually go ahead and open this in a browser to see what it looks like. Okay, so we have num1 and num2, and we can enter numbers. And if you try to enter a letter, it won't work because it only accepts numbers, because we've given it a type of number. So let's actually make this a 2 br tags. That would look a little better. Now in this page, the user is going to enter the values, and so they need a button here, which if they click, will show them the product of these two numbers. So for this, what we'll do is we'll also add another element here. We'll add a couple of br tags, and we'll add a button which just says submit. So let's save that and let's have a look at what that looks like. So we have the submit button now. So for this, we're going to add a onClick attribute, and we're going to pass in this function called multiply, which we're going to define now. So whenever the user clicks on the submit button, this multiply function will be called, and we have to define that function in the script tag. So we'll say multiply, and in here first let us console log to make sure that this function mapping is working. So let's save that and refresh it and submit it. So now you get to see that the function is getting called when we click on the submit button. So now let's capture the values of these two input fields into variables that we can use. So I'm going to say var num1 equals document.get element by id num1 dot value, and similarly var num2 equals document.get element by id num2 dot value. And I'm going to store the product of these two numbers in a separate variable called product num1 into num2. So in JavaScript, we can do mathematical operations like these easily, just like how we are doing here. So we're storing the product here, and now we just have to show it to the user. So we'll say alert, the product of these two numbers is product. Okay, so let's save that and let's have a look at it. So I'm going to say 25 and 5. So we know that the product of these two numbers should be 125. So let's see. Okay, so the product is not showing here. Let's have a look at this. Let's try this. Okay, so now it's showing it. So let's do a simple multiplication so that we can verify that it's working. So 5 times 5 is 25, and it's showing that here. So this is a very simple way of handling inputs received from the user and showing a certain output that is based on those inputs. Now, one thing that we can do on top of this is to ensure that the values are actually being inputted. So let's say that I just simply type in submit, it's showing a 0. We can also have an additional layer saying that if num1 and num2, then you go ahead and show these. Otherwise, you have to show an error message saying that please input the values for number 1 and number 2. So this is an extra step that you can have to just to make sure that the program is working sensibly. So now when you do it just like that, please input the values of number 1 and number 2, and even if you do just one, it will show you the same thing. So now we have that and showing you the product. So this is how you would do this. There are many ways to achieve what we've achieved here. It's okay if you do it in a different way, but this is a good way to do what is specified here. Hope this was simple. Please let me know if you have any questions down below in the comment section. I'll be sure to respond to it. Please make sure to like and share this video and also subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon so that you can receive notifications when we post new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.